What's up, guys? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I'm walking into the best place to buy stuff. Well, it is for today because I need it right now. Let's see if they have the iPad keyboard cover that I'm looking for. And here it is. It's the ZAGG Rugged Messenger wireless keyboard with cover case. Kind of looks like an OtterBox here, and it looks like there's a magnetic flap on the front. And then it's kind of like this pleather-ish folding cover, like the smart cover, and then looks like chiclet style keyboard. Pretty good travel on those keys, better than the actual MacBook 12-inch. Covering goes all the way around. I've had ZAGG products in the past, really like them. Keyboard itself is all plastic, hard plastic up here, and then it looks like we have a couple buttons, Bluetooth 1 and 2, so it looks like you can compare it to a couple of things. And then here's the back, definitely kind of that armored X pattern, kind of reminds me of a Jeep. And then in here, we actually have a bigger cover, and this kind of is what looks like the OtterBox piece. Gray and black hard plastic, place for the Apple Pencil right up there, button cutouts, or imprinted buttons, triangular opening for the camera and whatnot, lightning port opening, and as you can see, soft plastic around the edges for protection. Quick start guide. So I think you're going to want to put the iPad in there and then put that in here, just like that. Oh, and it's magnetic. I've been playing around with this and it's pretty awesome. There are a lot of things I like. Some things that I don't, so I'm going to point them all out here, but I've been using it as, you know, almost like a MacBook here with the keyboard cover. And the first thing I will say is that, you know, once you pair, just like any iPad that has a Bluetooth keyboard paired to it, if I go up to the top, it won't give me the on-screen keyboard, which is great as long as it's on. To turn it on, you just hold the power button, and to turn it off, you hold it down for a few seconds, and you can see the backlight came on and then fades away, and that's powered off. And now that it's powered off, if I go up here, you're going to see I'm getting my on-screen keyboard again. And if I just hold the button down a couple seconds, you can see that it's on. And what I really like about that is you can see here that we have backlights to the keys. And what I think is that they come on once you are starting to type, and they kind of stay on. Now, if I clear out what I've typed up here, which is nothing, and go out of it, eventually they kind of go off. But that is really nice to have these things lit up. Okay, so turn the light back on here. Now, the other thing I want to show you, and I think this is really important, is that there are obviously magnets in the back. I kind of mentioned that, but I think the magnets are either here or here, and there's like a row of them up and down here. So what ends up happening is if I close this iPad cover like this, it sticks there. And what I've also noticed is that there seem to be like magnets here in the middle. So if I put the iPad in there, it's going to stick there. So even though there isn't a deep trough here, you don't have to worry about the back end kicking out. Now, let me see if I can do this one-handed. This works a little bit like a smart cover. You can see I can put this up, fold it up, and it's going to hold the iPad up in this angle. Now, if I throw this thing forward, what you might see is I'm kind of looking down on it. It's really not shallow enough for my liking, especially if you're watching a movie, which I did on the airplane. I really want it tipped back. So all you have to do is kind of slide this up to the next magnet or even up a little further. Now, what I will tell you and what I don't like, so I really love that, but what I don't like is that if you go much higher than this, just because of the weight of this 10.5-inch iPad, it can kind of flop down flat. So if I keep going up here, you can see there's just not enough magnetic hold to hold the iPad up at this really flat angle. Not a big deal, because I don't know that you'd want it at that deep of an angle, but if you go here at 45 degrees or more vertical, no problems. And the cool thing is, like I said, you just kind of slide it down until it finds those next magnets. So not infinite adjustability, but pretty good. Good enough that if you have long arms and you sit back from it, or if you have short arms like me and you sit close to it, you can probably find an angle that you like. So I will tell you that this is pretty nice. Even when I pull this out, when I don't want the cover, and you're just holding your hand and using it like an iPad, it's pretty nice. What I didn't like is the pen holder, the Apple Pencil holder up here on the top, but even that isn't really that intrusive. It kind of makes me want to get the Apple Pencil now. I probably would have liked if maybe the holder was removable. You could snap it on or slide it on, that kind of thing. But it's all right. So it's kind of nice to have these shortcut keys up here. Play buttons on the audio player on the keypad here. Must have been this one. And it's playing Eternal Father. Again, if I hit it again, it'll pause. So this is pretty nice. I really like it. I haven't had any problems. I do have a screen protector on my iPad, but I haven't had any problems, you know, kind of wearing the screen protector down with these buttons. And I just think it's, overall, it's pretty nice looking, and I've really enjoyed using it this past couple days to be able to use it like a laptop, have the touch screen available. You know, in some ways I know people say, why don't Macs have touch screens yet? This kind of is the best of both worlds in some ways. And it adds and extends the functionality, I think, of your iPad Pro. I picked up this ZAGG at Best Buy, but you can order it from Amazon and pick one up for yourself. I'll put a link to it in the description. Peter Von Panda. Out.